Learning a new platform and especially learning a brand new strategy can be a bit nerve-wracking when you're first getting started. Webull happens to make this entire process so much easier by offering all their users the ability to pay per trade. It'll allow us to trade stock and options in real time and get some practical experience without having to put our real money on the line. So today we're going to learn how to open up our paper trading accounts and how to paper trade both stock and option contracts within here. Now, first off, if you already have a Webull account, you are going to automatically have a paper trading account attached to it. So if you're already logged into the app, you're already logged into Webull. In order for us to open up the paper trading account, we're going to first begin by looking at the bottom toolbar and then clicking on the menu icon. Within that little window, we can then find and click on the tab marked Paper Trade right here in the center, which is going to automatically take us to our paper trading account. And now here we can place some trades without using any of our real money. You may have also noticed that right up here at the top, we do begin this account with $100,000 of practice money. But that can be adjusted to whatever amount you'd like to practice with by simply hitting the reset button in the upper right-hand corner. So if we wanted to do that, if we wanted to adjust this amount to something more realistic, if I were to click on that, you're now going to see a little pop-up window down here below where I can actually delete out the number that's in here and then type in whatever amount that I wanted to use. So in my case, let's say I'm practicing with a $25,000 account. We'll go ahead and type that in, 25,000, and then hit confirm. It then just wants me to confirm once again that I understand that I am resetting the account. All of the positions are going to be closed if I had any, and my balance is being reset to 25K. So in this case, I am fine with that. So I'm going to hit confirm reset right here. And now looking up here at the top, you can see my account value has been set to $25,000. And if I were to look right below that, I can also see a little bit more info about this account. So the very first box here, the market value section, tells me the total value of all of my current positions if I had any. The next one tells me the available buying power left in the account. So how much money do I have left to spend? And then finally, the P&L or the profit and loss tells me how much I am up or down today. Coming down below the account value section, if we were to look right here at this center toolbar, this is how we're actually going to place trades, whether that be on stock or on options. Then right below that, we can also see the position section, where I would be able to see and manage all of my current positions if I had any. But again, you can see in my case, I don't have any current positions, but now that we've gotten to this page and you have a rough idea on what it is we're looking at here, let's go ahead and begin by opening up a brand new position on a stock. And we're going to go ahead and do that by coming up here to the center toolbar and clicking on the very first button here marked Quick Trade. We'll then be able to search for the exact stock that we wanted to trade, which in this case, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Apple or AAPL. I can then click on it in the list below, and you can then see we are automatically taken to the profile page of Apple, where we can now see the exact same info that we would normally see on the regular Webull page. However, this time, in order for us to place the actual trade itself, we are going to come down here to the very bottom of the screen and click on that big yellow button marked Paper Trading. You'll then see that this automatically takes me to a standard order ticket where I can then specify exactly what it is that I wanted to do. So for this very first example, let's say we wanted to buy 5 shares of Apple with a market order. So beginning at the top and working our way down, I'm going to leave this button marked buy because I do in fact want to buy the stock. I can then come down below that and specify the order type, which is currently marked as a limit order. But if I were to click on that, I do have the ability to flip it over to a market order. Below that, I can then specify the quantity, which in this case, I wanted to bump this up to, let's say 5 shares and then hit the done button. And now that I've got everything filled out, it looks good. In order for me to actually place this trade, I am just going to come down below and hit that big gold button marked Paper Trade. We can now see that the order has been submitted, and because it is a market order, it should fill immediately. And now in order for us to check on that, if we were to hit the back button in the upper left-hand corner, then go ahead and hit the back button once again, and then hit cancel in the upper right, we can now see all of my open positions down here below. So looking here, you can see that I did buy that position on Apple. It says I have 5 shares, and it says Apple last traded for $141.33. Whenever the time came to actually close out this position and just outright sell it, I could simply come down here below and click anywhere on this line. It'll then bring up a little page about this position, and then down in the lower left-hand corner, I have the ability to sell to close. So in this case, that is exactly what I wanted to do. I want to sell this Apple position. So I'm going to come down here and hit sell to close. I'm then going to get an order ticket just like before, where I can specify exactly how many shares I wanted to sell, the price I wanted to sell it for, and how long I wanted that order good for. So let's just say in this example, I didn't actually want to sell this position immediately. I only wanted to sell Apple if it went back up to 150 a share. Well, in that case, the type of order we're placing is a sell ticket, so we'll leave the side set to sell. We're also going to leave the order type set to limit in this case because I do not want to sell the shares immediately. I only want to sell it if it goes up to 150. So in that case, we're going to go ahead and click on the price here, which currently is set to 141.21. And like I said, I'm going to adjust that up to $150 a share. I could then adjust the quantity if I didn't want to sell all 5 of them if it ever hit 150, but in this case I do, so I'm going to leave it set to 5. You can then see down below that I do have the ability to adjust the trading hours and then how long I want this order good for. So at the moment, with regular hours selected, that means this order is only going to be good from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If I instead clicked on that, I do have the ability to include the pre-market and post-market as well. So you can see down here, if we were to click on that, that would make the order good from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then once that's set, the only other thing I have to do is specify how long I want this order good for. Because looking at the current price of Apple right now, it's currently trading at 141.21, it's pretty unlikely that Apple's going to hit 150 today. So leaving this order set as a day order only, it means if this order does not fill by 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, just go ahead and cancel it. If I instead wanted this order to go out every single day until it filled at 150, I could instead click on the word day here and flip this over to GTC or good until canceled. Now that that's set, I could come down here below and actually hit paper trade. And now the order is submitted to sell those 5 shares of Apple if it ever goes up to 150 a share. Again, we could check on that by hitting the back button and then going back to our positions page. And then right here, it shows me my current position, those 5 shares of Apple. But then if I hit open orders right up here at the top, it shows me that open order to sell those same 5 shares if it ever hits 150. If you instead wanted to short a stock, the process is nearly identical. We'll first begin by coming back up here to the quick trade button. We can then search for the stock that we wanted to short. And in this case, let's say I wanted to short Coinbase, COIN, and then click on it in the list below. Just like before, we get the stock profile page for Coinbase, and we're going to come down to the very bottom and hit that big gold button, paper trading. Just like in the previous example, we get a little order ticket where we can specify what it is we want to do. But this time, because we are shorting the stock, we want to flip this over from a buy ticket to a sell ticket. So now I'm saying I want to sell shares of Coinbase that I don't currently own, which is going to be automatically a short position. Since we want this order to fill right away, we're going to come down here below where it currently says limit and flip that over to a market order. I then want to come down to the quantity box and specify that I in fact want to short, let's say 10 shares of stock. Now that that's set and I'm happy with the order ticket, we'll just come down below and hit paper trading just like before. Once we've submitted it, if we wanted to check on it, we'll go ahead and hit the back button once again and go back to our profile page. And now coming here and clicking on the My Positions tab, we can now see that short position on Coinbase. And I can tell it's a short position because right here it actually says I have negative 10 shares of stock. So I am short 10 shares of Coinbase right now. In order for us to now close out this position, we are going to have to buy back that short position. So to do that, if we wanted to buy back this short or close out this short position, we are simply going to click on it. Then come down below to the lower left-hand corner and hit the big green button marked Buy to Close. It'll again build out an order ticket to close out this position, but since I want to close it out right away, I'm going to flip this over from a limit order to a market order. I'm going to leave it set to 10 because I actually want to close out the entire short position. And now I'm going to come down here below and hit paper trade. Now, if we were to go back to our actual positions page, you can now see that that short position on Coinbase has been closed out. So again, in order for us to open up a short position, we simply need to sell shares that we do not currently own. And then when the time comes and you want to close out that short, you want to buy it back, you simply need to put in a buy order to cover the trade. But again, that is how you are going to trade stock within the Webull paper trading screen. To trade the options contracts, we will again be looking at the exact same toolbar right here at the center. However, this time we're going to go directly to the option chain by hitting the button marked Option Trade. We can again search for the stock that we wanted to trade, and in this example, let's go ahead and pull up Disney or DIS. We can then click on it in the list below, and then we are immediately taken to a Disney option chain. It now shows us all of the available expirations on Disney and all of the available calls and puts that we can trade. I'm not going to be digging too deep into options in today's video and how to navigate this chain itself, so if you wanted to learn more about that, go ahead and check out one of my other videos that focuses more on options trading. However, what we do want to do is actually place a trade to buy one of these options. And in order for us to do that, we are simply going to find the option that we want to buy or sell, and then click on the ask if we want to buy and the bid if we want to sell. So just for example's sake, let's say we were bullish on Disney and we wanted to buy a long call option. Well, at the moment, you can see I currently have open the 9 December option chain. So right up here in the upper left, it says I have open the 9 December. And now looking down the center of the screen, we can see a few of the available strike prices. For this one, let's just look at a slightly out of the money option, which in this case would be the 93 strike. And to the left of the strike prices, we can see the available calls. So looking here, I can see that $93 call is currently trading for 96 cents by $1. And like I said a second ago, whenever you want to buy an option, you are going to click on the asking price, which in this case is currently $1. So as soon as I click on that, you'll actually see it builds out an order ticket to buy that $93 call. And right here, we can specify exactly how many contracts we wanted to buy and the price we wanted to pay for them. So again, in this case, just so I fill right away, I'm going to adjust this down from a limit order to a market order. I'll go ahead and leave the quantity set to 1 because I'm saying I only want to buy one contract for right now, which as you can see on the left represents 100 shares of stock. Once happy with it, if I actually want to place this trade, we'll then come down below and hit paper trade. And again, since this was a market order, it is going to fill immediately. And if we go ahead and hit the back button in the upper left, then go ahead and hit back again. And then one more time, we can now see our brand new option position on Disney right down here below. So looking here from left to right, it says I've got the Disney $93 strike. It's on the 9 December expiration. It is a call option. The market value of the position is currently $79. I only have one of them, and it's currently trading for 79 cents, and I actually bought it for 78 cents. Which is why that open P&L just to the right currently says I'm up $1 since buying it. Once you have it, in order to close it out, in order to sell this call option, we are again going to click on it, come down below to sell to close in the lower left-hand corner. Then right here, I can specify exactly when I want to sell this contract, which in my case, because I bought it for 78, let's say I wanted to get roughly 100% profit on it. So I'm going to adjust this from 79 cents. I'm going to adjust it up to $1.40, which I know is not exactly 100% profit. And since that is very unlikely to happen today, I'm going to adjust that from a day order to a GTC order. And now that I'm happy with it, I'll just come down here below and hit paper trade. So now the order has been placed, and once again, we can go back to our actual position screen. And now we can see our current open positions on both Disney as well as Apple, and our opening orders just the right to actually close out those positions if it ever hits our profit target. But that's going to be the basics on how to paper trade within the Webull app. Hopefully you all end up finding paper trading a useful way to learn the app and practice a bit of your trading without risking any real money. Now, if you are looking to learn more in the meantime, consider checking out this video next. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next one.